Till coming in from the side of Fnatic. They just started the retake.
He's pushing Spawn with the Spectre. The potential to leave Crash Shoes alone is exactly what takes place. He has a rifle, so it'd have to be a 1v4 to pull this thing off, to keep the series going. And that just seems impossible. And it exactly is. Durka with 3, and on the graves of the fallen, Fnatic raise their flag.
So today we're going to take a look at how Fnatic and Alphia absolutely destroyed NRG on their map pick of Bind. And we're going to take a look at their attack side, where it was an utter demolition. But before we get into Fnatic Stomp, first we got to talk about the sponsor of today's video and the best way to rank up in Valorant, joining the Gosu Academy. Because not only are they still running their daily 10-man sessions where you can play with people of a similar rank to you in more kind of controlled environments where things will be kind of, you know, more realistic to kind of a higher level gameplay overall, but also 100 Thieves Threefo is joining the Gosu Academy to give a lesson every single week. He's currently the sub player for 100 Thieves, so if you want to get lessons from an actual top tier pro player, well, this is your chance to do so with the Gosu Academy. And for the first 50 people who sign up using the code TMV at checkout, you will get a month for free. So that's a month free of coaching sessions from a tier 1 Valorant franchised player, and also the daily 10-man sessions as well, which is in combination going to be a great way to help you rank up in Valorant. So go down into the link in the description or in the pinned comment to get better at Valorant today, and thanks for Gosu Academy for sponsoring the video. And we're going to start off with the attacking pistol round, and throughout, most of this video, you'll see some of the value that Alphia gets, not just from its personal play, but also from the Cypher as well. Cypher is a pick that, not that many teams, it's maybe only Fnatic and maybe one other or two other teams who are really trying Cypher on this map. So, it is kind of a unique thing, but you see some of the value they get from it. And it really starts in this very first round where we're going to just get a straight B hit from Fnatic. And you see Alphia just puts this camera down here. NRG actually have 4 players stacked up, and they're going to push down here. It's just artists on this A site. And you'll see how much of a big impact that has in this round, that this camera is going to see all of these NRG players running down B long, right? So there they go, and you see this camera obviously sees like all of these players running down, and that causes a massive problem for NRG because, now they've all been spotted, the plan is kind of given up, and the plan is also given up how many people that is, right? If you were just listening to the sound cues, you might not fully know how many people that is, but now you've seen 4 people. So, of course, NRG expect the reaction here from Fnatic that they're just going to run A, right? Why wouldn't you just run to the site that only has 1 player on it? You're feeling pretty confident about going to that site. But actually, Fnatic don't do that. And this is where some of the high-level mind games come in, where Fnatic actually just walk into Hooker instead. Perhaps expecting that NRG expect that, and therefore will go back and rotate, which is exactly what happens. And as we'll see, what that means is NRG, they turn around, right? I mean, they've been spotted, so, there's no kind of surprise element to it. And you see that they just start running all the way back here. And basically that's going to give Fnatic the first free kill and some damage here in this pistol round as they just catch them rotating off. And then from there, Fnatic are going to be able to just go with the rest of their B hit and win this round.
On the attacking side.
Oh, they're not ready for this hookah play. Whoa!
So many people through, and you're right, NRG had no idea. Now throwing a brakes on the rotate. The cascade as he goes straight to the skies, and he takes Som down. What a start from Fnatic.
Catching them completely unaware. I wonder if there's a flash that gave them misinformation there, if Fnatic dodged it somehow to get a timing up through. But you can tell NRG really interested in getting that orb. And then falling back towards that A side, hoping that they can stack the correct side. Instead, now they leave Artis alone.
You're right. I would love to see the opening round, the opening of that round again, to see what it was that led to a false sense of security.
It might just be that there was nothing, and they just had some sort of false sense of security for no reason.
Now let's come to round number 5, which was really a crucial round as well, because this would start the streak of 8 rounds in a row for Fnatic, because this half would finish 10-2. And really, this is an interesting round to start off as well. So I'm pretty sure this is a missed wall. I'm pretty sure he's trying to just do this wall, which he normally does, but it goes through the TP, and he ends up kind of with a very odd-looking wall instead. But you can see, again, we got a triple, stack coming down B long, and they come down all the way, and Crashes actually shoots a bullet here as well. But Fnatic, they're not panicking too much here, even though, bullets have been fired and whatnot. They're just waiting for some aggression maybe coming out of Hooker, but they have, again, these Cypher trips, right? And I mean, they come pretty close to actually meeting NRG here. And it's interesting to me that NRG, you know, maybe fearing that someone had come in here because, you know, you look at how deep these guys are there, you know, but Argis is going to stick around on this B site as Fnatic do come towards A. But again, these Cypher trips just coming in big here for Fnatic, just giving them that level of security, because when you look at a map like this, right, and we're only, you know, 20 seconds into a round, you normally think, oh, if they go A, if these guys can stall at all, right, oh, you're just going to get backstabbed, you know, unlucky, I guess, you know, they fast flanked you, and a lot of rounds would win. You know, this looks like a good defensive map right now, right? Like, we got this fast flank that's going to come way before they expect it, but of course with a Cypher, you do expect it, because you have to destroy the trip. And so Fnatic do come in for their A hit, right? They send in the dog, a camera in there as well. And, you know, they start clearing out some of these corners. They send out the Seekers as well. In they come. They actually send in this Raze ult here from Durka as also. And they manage to take the A site, right? And again, normally at this point in a round, you know, this flank would be coming in. And, you know, ooh, Fnatic are in a lot of trouble. But not because of the Cypher in this instance. And you'll see what we're going to get here from NRG is they're going to use the Skydog in just a second here from Crashies. They're going to use the Harbor ult onto the site. And the Skydog goes there and it, you know, hits the trip, but then the trip is going to get destroyed by Victor, right? So they instantly know, okay, two people have to be on the flank because, you know, the one is the dog and the trip got destroyed. So, you know, the two people are on the flank already. And so now from this point, what we're going to see is really the crucial point in this round is Victor's going to ult, but Leo is going to manage to kill him. We're then going to go back and forth with a Harbor ult coming onto site. Boaster's going to use his Brim ult in there, and it's ultimately going to lead down to just Durka being Durka at the end of the round in an important situation.
Everybody's just going to clear the second. And you see it. I mean, they're here. Leo's waiting. Alpha is too. The flash is well considered by Crashy, so Victor going aggressive. He's going for the flank, and it never goes off. He never shoots it. He was too close.
These Razors are having such trouble placing these showstoppers.
Chronicle has gotten behind him. Crashy's had no idea. He had no chance. It's falling down onto 3. Finesse continues to frag. And the Cascade. Tom has to tug right back out. Durka doing well to keep him back. He's gotten 2. He gets 3.
And now let's come to round number 9, which again was another Althea round, as we shall see later on. You know, some people like to say that I'm a mixture of Ron Weasley and Sir Alex Ferguson or Fergeron, but Althea in this game was a mixture of Kobe, Michael Jordan, and LeBron, because he just couldn't miss in this one. And we'll see again here a 4-man stack from NRG, who are gonna again like try and run down B long. And obviously before we've seen the Cypher Cam deal with it, we've seen Fnatic basically just ignore it and, you know, wait for the trips to kind of do their job as they go towards A. But this time it's going to be Boaster to receive in here for Fnatic, and you'll see as they come down here, NRG, and this was clearly a big part of their game plan. You know, Boaster just sees them and instantly, you know, yeah, I've seen, I don't even know if he saw 4, if he saw 3, but either way, he saw a lot of people, and so he just stim beacon. Well, we're going A, guys. Let's just run down A. And that's, you know, what they try and do. So they start to take some space in towards A. You can see just here, they put in the cam, they've sent in a flash. But their way of trying to deal with this NRG and try and delay here is basically send Victor on a bit of a, somewhat of a suicide mission, it must be said. Because what's going to happen is he's going to get the dog, you know, coming behind. But this isn't really a Shower's pinch, because there's no other, you know, there's no other side to it, essentially. So he's just kind of trapped on his own. Obviously he does have the dog for support, but these two are going to rotate through spawn. Crashies then doesn't want to leave, because then the B site would be, you know, completely unmanned, and Fnatic could take this TP, of course, and come back towards B. So the dog comes in, Victor takes the TP, and Fnatic's reaction to that, of course, is, wait, one guy TP'd? You know, let's just kill him. And so Victor does really well here to just kind of live. You can see he's just kind of in amongst the chaos. In fact, you're about to see that a nade does come from Durka, and the door closes just as the nade kind of hits the door. So maybe a bit fortunate on the timing there, although there's probably enough space to live in that TP. Fnatic actually smoke it off, and now we see the, you know, NRG get the rotates in as well. And now they kind of go for the pinch. They go for basically a rescue mission of Victor as they pop the Harbor ult out here. But one crucial thing to note is Fnatic are going to retreat back out this way, but they have this Cypher Cam that they put there from before. And that, I think, is going to just help Alfia here with what he's about to do, because as he starts retreating just there, he gets back towards this box, and he's about to check his cam in just a second. And you can tell because Artist destroys the cam, right? And so he must know that it's there. So as they're retreating just here, Crash is about to pop Seekers in a second, but Alfia is just going to go crazy, manage to get 2 kills, and then get a res kill as well. And then from there, they're in such a good position that they will manage to win this round.
Leaves a lot of gaps and loses a lot of tools.
Such a heavy investment to preserve his life, and then he eventually falls. Alfia once again getting a 2K from what looks like the same spot.
And right now, these Seekers might all get destroyed. Yes, Artist is going to get the rest, but Chronicle's inserted in such a good position. Alfia is punishing.
So we ended up in this 4v2, and Crashies will get this kill on Durka in just a second, but really this round from this point comes down to basically just this fight between these two just here. Obviously they have some kind of idea that, you know, where they both are, because they both managed to get kills at this point, but we're going to end up in a 3v1, and then Crashies will just save.
Smart.
Crashies, can you hold the line? Durka falls.
Oh, they're just going to TP now. It doesn't matter what Crashies can do.
Yeah. There's just so much room that Chronicle's taking A.
It's crazy. They could have crossed there, but they're just a little concerned about where Crashies' position is, and they're just going to use that space. Don't even bother TPing. Take all the time that you need. That's discipline right there from Fnatic.
Because you know it's a tantalizing prospect. You know where he is. You know that you have numbers on him.
10 seconds left.
But you're right. They make the safe play. The end A, spike down.
And then let's finish here with round number 11, which is really the kind of final flex from Fnatic on just how well that they were playing. And kind of, you know, NRG at this point just couldn't win a fight, it seemed like, or at least a crucial fight in a round. They're just, again, going to 5-stack come towards B in this round. And what we will see early on is they're going to come towards Hooker here and Artist, who's going to try and put up his wall, but the dog is just going to manage to get past this wall, and that's going to be pretty crucial for what's about to happen. So it's quite interesting watching Boaster's POV after the fact here. So when they start dogging here, you've got Boaster, who has his ult ready. And what he's going to do is he's going to hold his ult ready for if anyone comes through the TP, and then as they see Artist, you know, and manage to stun Artist in a second, then he's going to ult Artist, and it's going to lead to this first kill.
Crashies down long, zigzagging its way through.
Oh,
So dead, bro.
That is beautiful.
Now at this point, of course, again, you see that, you know, NRG then have to kind of scramble over towards this B site. Crashies is now alone, and even he's going to struggle at this point. They will manage to delay Fnatic for a bit, but again, it felt like Fnatic were just in complete control. You know, Crashies is even struggling to, you know, destroy that camera just there. And as Victor comes out, I mean, this is going to look like in a second a fight that he should win. But again, Fnatic are going to win that fight. It's going to end up in a 5v3, and even 8-2 down, NRG are then going to be forced to save again, and, you know, it's just not a good position. So you see Durka, as he's jumping onto the box, wins a fight that it doesn't really look like he should win, but of course, it was just, everything was just going for Fnatic in this game. And yeah, this was pretty much it, as NRG at this point would be forced to save, and Fnatic would absolutely destroy NRG, and what was meant to be a Clash of the Titans ended up being just a bit of a one-sided demolition.
10% of the time, people are hitting a wall on that. NRG once again forced to save.
A high tide fadeaway. This is crazy. Right out of the timeout too. And they hit with an ult combination that they just can't consider at this point.
No.
There's way too many things that they're dealing with. Finesse's brain's got to be overheating. On Fracture, I mean, it was such an awesome battle to watch the two. But since that second half,
Yep.
it's been crazy.